today thanks to the Linn County League of Women Voters, a trusted nonpartisan political organization. The League of Women Voters members promote citizen engagement to safeguard democracy. While the League of Women Voters never endorses a candidate, the organization is directly involved in shaping the important issues of policies that keep our communities, state, and nation strong. And the League welcomes all eligible voters, both men and women, to join. So if you're interested, please don't hesitate. Without further ado, I'll introduce Lee Eilers. Mr. Lee Eilers is the President and Chief Executive Officer at Marion Process Solutions, the industry leader in custom design, mixing, and blending solutions. He also serves as the chair of MEDCO, the Marion Economic Development Corporation's Board of Directors. A respected community leader and great champion for Marion, please join me in welcoming Lee Eilers to the stage.
Hey, what a delight to have the opportunity to stand up here and see and be amongst the best of the best, right? Leaders in this community of Marion. And I tried to think of a highfalutin kind of business buzzword, academic kind of word to describe this group. And the best one that I could come up with is wow. What an honor to be here. I had the joy and the privilege of having the opportunity to be mentored by and to learn from a gentleman by the name of Max Dupree. Max Dupree, we lost him this summer, just a precious soul, but he was the chairman and CEO of Herman Miller in Holland, Michigan, where I had the privilege and the opportunity to work at for a number of years prior to moving back here to the corridor. And Max wrote an incredible book decades ago, and it's still iconic. It's called Leadership is an Art. It's the only leadership book I read. And in fact, I read it twice a year just to brush up on leadership skills and acumen, and I would highly recommend the book. But in the book, what he talks about are leadership attributes that are hugely important for us as leaders when we serve our teammates. And one of those attributes that is so poignant to what's happening in Marion, he says that leaders have a responsibility to create and to maintain momentum. Create and maintain momentum. And what he says in the book is that becomes palpable within a business or within a community. And I like to describe it as you can smell it. Right? You walk into a company and you can just sense whether that company has momentum. And when you set a tone, when you set the vision, and when you drive toward that vision, that momentum just continues to perpetuate on itself. Just like A-grade teammates that we all have on our teams, make the decision every day whether they want to come to work and deploy their talents and their skills and their aspirations and really their experience equity into our businesses. And business leaders, let's not kid ourselves. If the A-grade employees that you have in this economy, they have choices. And it's up to us to continue to create an attractive environment for those teammates, for them to invest in our companies. Just like they do, so do companies when they are on a growth curve and when they are experiencing success. We've had the joy at Marion Process Solutions to be blessed with some of that success. We have a tailwind with an economy. We have a great team that is producing great results. And last summer we had the opportunity to begin to think about what are we going to do from a facility standpoint because we were running out of room. So we did our homework and we went through some extensive effort to look at options. Cedar Rapids being one of those. Jeff Pomerantz and the team in Cedar Rapids did an outstanding job. Precious community. Crazy good from a business standpoint. We've been in Marion for 80 years, so you could say that Marion had the advantage, right? But for us, we did a very scrutiny evaluation, and the one thing that was the huge factor for us with Marion was simply Marion has momentum. In fact, Marion, in my view, and I think I would speak for many of you here, is in an all-out sprint. And who doesn't want to be around that? Who doesn't want to be around people that have passion, that have a bar of excellence, that are driving for continued growth, and that truly love on each other, to help each other within a community so that community can continue to serve the greatest generations that are behind us? It's a beautiful thing. And we are planting our flag in Marion. And I'm very proud to know that every teammate that I serve has the opportunity to pull into this town and plant their flags and their experience and their equity in this precious community. And we hope to celebrate on our 80th anniversary this year. 80 years from now, we hope to celebrate that as well. Highly unlikely that I will be a part of that celebration. Die young as late as possible. That's all I'm saying. But we're excited about that. One of the things that our senior leadership team does whenever we interview a candidate, it doesn't matter what the position is, our senior leadership team has the joy to be kind of that last vet. And what we ask of ourselves after we've had the opportunity to interview with those candidates is, are they Marion material? And we're not talking about just Marion Process Solutions and the values of our company. But we're talking about, are they Marion, Iowa material? Do they have the passion for excellence? Do they have the drive? Do they have the heart that's going to contribute not just to our company, but to this community? And if they do, I tell you what, we are going to do our darndest to get them on board. And when we do that, we're going to do it with great pride, knowing that those people are going to be benefiting and receiving incredible value from this community that is Marion. So I'm going to ask you a question. Are you Marion material? Your presence right here, right now, answers that question in a big way. One of my favorite quotes is, the speed of the coach is the speed of the team. And I just want to say, Mayor AbouAssaly, you are setting a pace that is absolutely phenomenal. And as a business leader in this community, I want to say thank you. I'm very grateful for that. So let's watch a video that shows Marion and the momentum that Marion has up close and personal. Shall we? Thank you.
Marion was originally a railroad town. We were chartered in the late 1830s, and the development of the community really did grow up around the railroad. The community has really grown and changed, and now we're starting to make the transition from being what I'd characterize as a typical suburb into more of an urban center in our own right.
What makes Marion unique is that people here understand the power of collaboration. The city works very closely with the Chamber of Commerce, the Economic Development Corporation, the school districts, the county government, regional entities. We've really been able to leverage those relationships and our resources to accomplish things that people normally don't expect to see from cities our size.
Great quality of life. I think that's why our population has continued to grow. It just has become the place where people want to live. We have beautiful schools, 2 school districts, which is pretty unique for a town of 40,000.
Because we were one of the safest cities in the state of Iowa, and because of our schools, because of our great quality of life, our parks and trails, people are moving here in large numbers. Because of Marion's fast residential growth, our tax base is largely residential. But what we're seeing now in the last couple of years is developers and business owners and investors are recognizing the opportunity of this underserved population. So we're seeing a lot of interest in commercial and industrial development. And the city is capitalizing on that opportunity to diversify the tax base by creating the environment to encourage investment in commercial and industrial uses and providing incentives where it's appropriate.
We have put a lot of effort into placemaking, and at its core, what placemaking is really taking an area that otherwise would be nondescript, there's no reason for people to go there, and to transform the environment to make it a place that people want to go and a place that people want to gather. We've done it in our core uptown area as well with the construction of the Uptown Artway.
It's really a one-of-a-kind project, and it's something that Marion's really proud of. We're kind of known for investing in public art, and it's just a really special place to hang out.
We've put a lot of effort into our park system, not only investing into our legacy parks like Thomas Park with new play sets and additional facilities, but also in places like Lau Park.
Lau Park is one of our biggest projects for placemaking. It is a 180-acre park that the city is building out with lots of facilities for the community to enjoy. The amphitheater has been recognized across the state, and in fact, we received the Iowa League of Cities All-Star Community Award for the amphitheater project.
Because of the growth that we've had, we have different areas of our community that we've planned out. So with the central corridor, for example, the old railroad corridor through town, we're doing a lot of infrastructure work and providing opportunities to take brownfield areas and underdeveloped properties and upgrade them and attract investment into the urban core. The Marion Enterprise Center is a project that we started working on in partnership with our Area Development Corporation. We knew we were going to need places for businesses in the area to grow and expand. We worked to acquire just under 200 acres, put in the infrastructure for it. We've now got 3 businesses there, a nice mix of 2 local ones that have grown and expanded, and then also one that is a new business to the U.S. that cited their North American headquarters here in Marion.
People that grew up here, I grew up here, really like this sense of community. When I was growing up, we were probably a community of 20,000, and now we're almost double that, but it still feels like the same community.
Marion has an amazing potential to be the best place to raise a family and grow a business. We like to say that here the sky is not the limit, and I really believe that.
Well, how do you top that, right? Well, Mayor Nick was gonna do that for us, but I wanted to wish everybody a very happy New Year. We're only a few weeks into 2018, and I do that because I want to share with you how Mayor Nick and I spent our New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve, I was watching the ball drop, and Mayor Nick was taking complaints about fireworks. Nicholas AbouAssaly is serving his first term as Marion's mayor. He was appointed to Marion City Council in June of 2013 to fill a 6-month vacancy in Ward 4 and was re-elected the following November. He began his term in January 2016. Is that correct, Nick? Okay. Having completed his second year as mayor, AbouAssaly is a visible presence throughout Marion and the corridor. His philosophy is to lead by example, encouraging open dialogue, and to continue to raise the bar. Mr. AbouAssaly is a member at the Simmons, Perrine, Moyer, Bergman law firm in Cedar Rapids, where he practices real estate and corporate business law. In November, Mr. AbouAssaly landed number 2 on the Corridor Business Journal's list of most influential people of 2017. His leadership style is rooted in collaboration, consensus building, and being a positive force. His life passions are his family, his faith, service, and being a cheerleader for Marion. Please help me in welcoming my friends, Marion Mayor Nick AbouAssaly.
Well, good afternoon. This is really exciting. Welcome, everyone. We're so pleased you're here with us today. This is a great crowd, and it's really a testament to what's going on in Marion. We have a great story to tell, and I'm just the lucky one that gets to stand up here and share it all with you. I want to thank the League of Women Voters for co-sponsoring this event with the City of Marion for the last 24 years. It takes a lot of work to organize an event such as this, and I especially want to thank Susie and Libby Slappy and all the members who put this together and really made it a success for us today. Thanks also to the Marriott Hotel staff for taking such good care of us. They always do. So here we are again, my third State of the City speech. I thought hard about how to keep it interesting. I thought maybe I'll sing for you, but that's already been done by my friend Ron Corbett, so I'm going to stick with doing something that I love to do, which is singing the praises of Marion. I'm extremely honored to have this privilege of addressing you on behalf of our city and sharing the great news about our progress and where we're headed. I'd like to extend my welcome to all elected officials. I know you've already been recognized. I see Mayor Hart is here, spying on Susie. Hi, Mayor. We have a number of city staff with us today, and I have the pleasure of working with all of these talented people. They're led by our very capable City Manager, Lon Pluckon, who also has made us proud with his service on the board of, on the executive board of International City Managers Association. These people work hard every day to make us look good. And I want to take an opportunity to extend a special thank you to Amber Bissinger, our City Communications Director, for all her behind-the-scenes work to ensure the success of this event and all the things she does throughout the year to help me be successful in my role. I couldn't do it without her, so thank you, Amber. And thank you to our outgoing council members, Mary Lou Pazur, Dave Nicholson, and Joe Spinks. They ended their service on the council in December. And welcome to our city council members for this year, Kim and Will, Steve, Renee, and Randy, who are beginning their terms on the council. Unfortunately, Paul Draper was not able to be with us today. This is a really great team, and I'm looking forward to working with all of them. Please help me thank all the city staff, council members for everything they do. I want to recognize my wife, Christiane. I owe her a great deal of gratitude and lots of presents for all her patience and support. And our 3 children are here. I see they had no trouble skipping school for a couple hours for this event. Kids, Superintendent Shepard will be happy to escort you back to school as soon as this is done. And I have some other special people here, my Uncle Michelle and Aunt Tammy, my father-in-law David, and my father and mother John and Marie. I'm so grateful for my parents and their sacrifices that gave me the opportunity to stand at this podium today. As I said last year, I work very hard every day to make them proud and to realize that the decision they made 41 years ago was well worth it. When our family immigrated to Iowa, we experienced significant change. Everything about Iowa was new, everything. The people, the weather, the culture, the weather, the language, the weather. Imagine being 9 years old, leaving everything behind that was familiar and traveling thousands of miles to an entirely new world. Imagine landing at the Cedar Rapids Airport at 10 p.m. and by 8 o'clock the very next morning being in school. Overwhelming. Sometimes I wonder, what if my parents had decided not to move? I can't be certain as to how our lives would have turned out, but I'm sure that I would not have had the same opportunities. Opportunities from an early age to develop leadership skills and lead in many organizations at every stage of my life, from grade school until now, fulfilling a passion to serve and making an impact, and finally having the humbling privilege of serving and leading the community that raised me. Those opportunities were born out of one difficult and courageous decision not to be satisfied with the status quo, but to dream bigger, reach higher, and embrace change with all the opportunities it promised for the betterment of our lives. Change is not always easy, but you see, without change, there can be no new opportunities. Change is necessary for growth and improvement, and if we can't adapt to change, if we resist it, then we risk missing the opportunities for moving forward. And the alternative to growth and moving forward is to stagnate and possibly decline. Marion is certainly experiencing its share of change, and we're being presented with many opportunities for our community. What we do with those opportunities is up to us. I'm encouraged by how our community has responded. Collectively, we believe more in the potential of Marion to be a truly awesome place. We're discovering that we have a direct role to play in whether and how the city grows and develops, because growth for its own sake or development that doesn't add value to our residents or enhance their quality of life may not be the type of development we want to encourage. We've become better at expecting the best and asking for the best. We're dreaming about bigger things for our community, and we're adopting a mindset of not settling for what others tell us is good for Marion. And we're not afraid to say Marion deserves better. We're more deliberate in identifying opportunities and driving the changes that turn them into reality. Do you feel momentum building? I certainly do. I think we all feel it, and you're all here today because of it. People want to be part of something positive, dynamic, and growing. And as our city grows, we learn how to manage change. And we also sharpen our focus on one main purpose at the heart of everything we do. That is increasing opportunities for people of all ages, of all backgrounds. I firmly believe that this focus is why Marion is a city on the rise. By reaching higher in everything we do and creating great opportunities for people, Marion will continue to be a great place to raise a family and grow a business, and will do its part as a key contributor to advancing the prosperity of our region. So today I have the great pleasure and honor of sharing with you just some of the ways in which we're serving Marion's residents and giving them opportunities they desire to achieve their goals and experience an unequaled quality of life. It begins with strategic priorities set jointly by the City Council and staff, which provide a roadmap to guide our policymaking and inform our city's work plans and projects. We want our city to be zero waste and energy independent. We want to lead planned growth and be the drivers of where and in what manner development takes place. We want to redevelop Marion's Central Corridor into a vibrant city center, and we want to implement higher design standards for development so that each new project raises the bar and adds value for residents. And we want to improve our transportation system for all modes of transportation. Now, creating spaces where people enjoy spending time is important for quality of life. Placemaking is more than a good thing to do. It has become essential for all Iowa communities as we face challenges in attracting the talent that employers need to continue growing and thriving here. It is critical for us to have physical spaces and amenities that create a sense of place where people enjoy spending time. I've heard it said that young people today choose where they want to live, and then they look for a job. And for many of them, what they do on weekends is just as important as career. Safe neighborhoods and great education alone are no longer sufficient to attract people and employers to locate here. People of all age groups increasingly want to live in places that offer opportunities for an active lifestyle and positive interaction with others and with nature and all forms of art. In Marion, we get this. So we're investing in the physical spaces and amenities that provide enriching experiences, give people satisfaction in their lives, and feed the perception of a great place to live. One example is the Uptown Artway, which we proudly dedicated last May. This collaborative effort reimagined a once underutilized alley into a community living room in the heart of Uptown. Where trash dumpsters and overhead utility cables once existed, there are now flower planters, a performance stage, and 9 large permanent artworks by local and national artists. Businesses now have attractive back entrances and outdoor seating overlooking the alley. The Artway has garnered acclaim on the local and national levels as a unique and creative placemaking project and is helping to shape a positive perception of Marion. Another placemaking project is the Kloffenstein Amphitheater at Lau Park. Last summer, this facility hosted several outdoor movie nights, concerts, dueling pianos performance, and a night of magic, all free to the public and attended by more than 13,000 people. This one-of-a-kind community jewel earned Marion the Iowa League of Cities 2017 All-Star Community Award, the league's highest honor. The amphitheater, which resembles 6 oak leaves, is unique in that it serves as one of the sculptures along a sculpture trail. In 2017, we added 2 more pieces on the trail, Disappearing Culture and Prairie Revival. These works enhanced our city's growing collection of public art and added to the developing sense of place at Lau Park. The park also features an attractive arts and environment center, natural prairie areas, community gardens, a community orchard, ponds, trails, sports facilities, and a soon-to-be-constructed all-inclusive playground. Imagine a special needs child having the opportunity to enjoy play equipment just like the other kids. Or even a wheelchair-bound parent being able to interact with their children on a playground. Lau Park is a great place for great experiences for all people. And our newest park opened in late 2017. Waldo's Rock Park is located on the Grant Wood Trail and features a large glacial boulder with an adjacent fishing pond and quarter-mile walking trail. Many people have already enjoyed this amenity, and the reviews are very positive. With more than 600 acres of parks and trails, we're focused on enhancing opportunities for people to interact with nature. We have more than $10 million slated for new trails over the next few years as we work to expand our network and improve connections to the regional trail system. A 1.3-mile section of the Grant Wood Trail between 35th Street and Highway 13 is expected to be completed this year. In 2017, we planted 28 acres of prairie pollinator plants as part of our 217-acre total commitment to the 1,000-acre pollinator initiative. And our city has shown our long-term commitment to enhancing livability of our community by implementing an urban forestry utility, which may be the first utility of its kind in the state, to ensure we have a dedicated and consistent funding source for managing and growing our urban tree canopy. Now, according to the state of Iowa estimates, Marion's population count is 38,480 residents, making it the 14th largest city in the state. And in reality, we may have already exceeded the 40,000 mark. As the city continues to attract new residents of all ages, even over the past 10 years, the city's growth has caused its total real estate valuation to increase by more than $1 billion. And building continues at a rapid pace to accommodate the growth. 15 active residential subdivisions are currently in development. 2 large senior housing complexes were completed in 2017, and 2 more are in progress. And we currently have an unprecedented 20 active commercial sites under construction. With this pace of growth, keeping up with infrastructure needs and facilities is very important to maintain our great quality of life. We recently developed a 5-year capital improvements plan to address our city's infrastructure needs. This list includes nearly $190 million in potential projects, and we will work aggressively to prioritize and implement projects on this list. Now, of course, many of our capital projects are roads. In 2017, we completed the Armour Drive connection at Highway 100 and opened our newest section of Tower Terrace Road, east of 10th Street, and additional sections are slated to be completed this year. This major east-west thoroughfare will serve the high-growth northern portions of the entire metro area. And we're moving ahead with the Alburnett Road extension to establish a direct route between 7th Avenue and the booming residential areas in the northwest portions of the city. Traffic currently must go through Uptown or weave through residential neighborhoods. If you've been in the Uptown congestion during heavy traffic times, you know why this road is needed now. Work continues on the Central Corridor redevelopment project with the building of 6th Avenue as a second main road parallel to 7th Avenue to diffuse the heavy traffic and make our central business district safer, more walkable, and attractive for retail, commercial, and residential uses. Completion of 6th Avenue will set the stage for the long-anticipated rebuild of 7th Avenue and the uptown streetscape. In 2017, finishing touches were put on roundabouts at either end of the corridor, and this year, we'll see completion of the roundabouts at 6th Avenue and 15th Street, as well as the next segment of 6th Avenue from 15th to 26th. Now, on the subject of roundabouts, I have a funny story to share. A couple months ago, I attended an open house for the Future Cities competition at my son's middle school. 6th graders were displaying their designs of how future cities should look. Of course, I checked out my son's design first. It's very nice, not one roundabout. I eventually made my way around to Brendan Pluckon, our city manager's son. Now, clearly, this is a kid who's headed for a career in public safety because every single intersection was a roundabout. Continued growth has created the need for new city facilities. Growth to the north has made a 3rd fire station a necessity, and we're working on details and hope to have it constructed in 2019. This year, the Parks Board will begin a feasibility study for a new aquatics center to replace our aging city pool. And work has begun on the first phase of our eco-industrial park. When completed, this park will feature a new public services maintenance facility, a compressed natural gas fueling station to serve the public, and our own fleet of vehicles, which we plan to convert for lower emissions and cost savings. A solar energy farm and materials recycling facilities are also part of this and will help us meet our sustainable energy and zero waste goals. And there's no doubt that this is an exciting time for new commercial development in Marion. We're committed to creating an exceptional environment for business to flourish here. This is not only good for our tax base, but it also provides much needed commercial services and amenities that our growing population demands. Developers and investors are recognizing that we are underserved, and as a result, a number of transformational projects are in the works and on the horizon. In 2017, Tower Terrace Road saw the opening of a large medical office building with several tenants. On the east end of town, Squaw Creek Crossing is taking shape as the city's first large, multifaceted commercial development of over 20 acres, including retail, service, hospitality, office, and residential uses. And just yesterday, the developer announced the exciting news that this development will be anchored by a 100-room, 3-story Country Inn and Suites hotel, with construction set to begin this spring. Now stay tuned for more great announcements on this development. And momentum is certainly building in the redevelopment of the Central Corridor. Construction is underway for a new office building on a former gas station site near the West End roundabout. Unity Point's expansion of its 7th Avenue clinic, the busiest in the region, was completed in July. And in October, we took a big leap forward with the groundbreaking for the first project in GLD's Commercial's redevelopment of a brownfield site in the heart of the Central Business District. Kenseth Hospitality's 88-room Town Place Suites by Marriott Hotel, a $12.4 million project, is a perfect example of what can be accomplished when we dream big and expect the best. This facility will be the centerpiece of a century-old industrial area now transformed into a new commercial hub. Projects such as these do more than increase tax base and offer new services and amenities. They improve the curb appeal of the city. They make people feel good about where they live, and they make a direct impression on visitors and potential new investors. And just as exciting is the transformation of Uptown Marion. Have you all been there? It's amazing. Uptown Marion is reinventing itself into a vibrant city center and destination for culture, dining, and entertainment. Uptown saw a flurry of ribbon cuttings and business openings in 2017. With a great mix of retail shops, live theater, restaurants, pubs, and live music venues, combined with the free community events in City Square, Uptown is again alive with activity. Since being designated a Main Street Iowa district in 2013, our small downtown has seen $10 million in private investment through building acquisitions, rehabilitations and new construction projects, and $705,000 in state grants to rehabilitate historic buildings, and 59 business starts and expansions. In 2017, we celebrated completion of work that gave new life to several buildings that now house thriving businesses, and we capped off a great year by welcoming Governor Reynolds for the celebration of the Coben Hervey Building restoration. And the much anticipated Uptown redevelopment and Marion Public Library mixed-use project is hoping to see progress this year. The current concept incorporates market-rate residential and commercial components located adjacent to a new public library. Proposals include a parking structure and a mixed-use building with more commercial and residential space on the existing library property. The positive outlook for Marion has given local companies confidence to expand their roots. In 2017, we celebrated the ribbon cutting on Legacy Manufacturing's new 100,000 square foot facility, and we returned just 3 months later for a groundbreaking on their next 200,000 square foot expansion. And Marion Process Solutions, a homegrown global company, celebrated its 80th year with a groundbreaking on their new 9,000 square foot test facility adjacent to their current site. And just last week, Medco announced that Vector Corporation is working on plans for a new 17,000 square foot technology center. This will be the first project in the top tier portion of the Marion Enterprise Center, and this year holds the promise of even more great announcements of other companies joining the momentum and investing in our community. We have 2 transformative community projects on the horizon, and both are very close to breaking ground, but could still use some help with their fundraising. For both of these projects, city boundaries are irrelevant, as each of them will benefit the entire metro area. The first project is a long-awaited regional YMCA. A groundbreaking this year is the goal for this proposed 12-acre site and will include both indoor and outdoor amenities. The new Y will replace the aging Marion facility, but will support the recreation, wellness, education, and social needs of all people throughout our region. With access from Tower Terrace Road, metro area residents will have convenient access to this facility. New amenities such as this make a statement and create a positive perception about the community and its outlook. A community rec center was one of the Imaginate ideas that our citizens said they want. So our city is investing in the project, and many business and community partners have also stepped up. YMCA staff and many community volunteers who see the impact of such a facility on community wellness and quality of life are working hard to make this project a reality. And I know that Zach Bohannon would be happy to talk to you if you're still on the sidelines about participating with this project. The second project is Prospect Meadows Baseball Complex, which hopes to break ground this spring. As you've heard, this project will be a win for the region as the #1 driver of visitors to our area. With 1,400 teams and 60,000 out-of-area visitors annually, lodging, dining, entertainment, and shopping venues in the region will benefit from a projected $20 million in direct spending by visitors. We sometimes complain that our area can't support many restaurants and entertainment venues. Think what an additional 60,000 visitors can do. Beyond economic impact, the facility will be available for weekday play by local teams, giving thousands of area children greater opportunities. And if that's not enough, consider the impact the Miracle Field will have for children with disabilities and the at-risk youth program, which provides free equipment, uniforms, instruction, and transportation to kids who could not otherwise afford to participate. That will all take place out there. Talk about a placemaking, economic development impacting, job creating, community curb appeal enhancing, talent attracting, quality of life improving project. A lot of hard work has been invested in making Prospect Meadows a reality. And Linn County and the cities of Marion and Cedar Rapids have been joined by many other investors who have committed funds to make this happen. Now, Marion's success in building a vibrant community is shaped by wonderful partners who collaborate with us every day to provide residents and businesses great opportunities here. Since 2015, the Marion Economic Development Corporation has supported development projects in the community valued at $68 million while helping to retain and create 395 jobs. Medco is currently involved with $103 million in projects in its pipeline. Now, to find out what's included on this list, you'll have to attend their annual meeting right here on March 7th. Without a doubt, though, Medco is an indispensable partner for the city in economic development. And where would we be without our Chamber of Commerce? In 2017, the Chamber celebrated 80 years of serving the business community, but their service goes well beyond their members. This tiny but mighty crew, with the help of many volunteers, has a huge impact on quality of life in Marion. In addition to welcoming 40 new businesses in 2017, that's a lot of ribbon cuttings, by the way, the Chamber was the chief sponsor of community building initiatives that make people feel good about living here and help maintain a strong sense of community even as our city grows. In 2017, they planned 10 free community events enjoyed by nearly 22,000 people and hosted 89 programs and networking events. They were drivers of the community's designation as an Iowa Great Place, which they're gearing up to do again, and an Iowa Main Street community, both of which opened up doors of opportunity for development project funding. The Chamber is the organization behind the Imagine8 community visioning process, which gave us projects like the amphitheater, and the current Imagine Next visioning process. Marion's Chamber of Commerce has a very real and significant impact on the quality of life in Marion and our high livability ratings. Now, new developments and amenities are certainly exciting, but what I'm most excited about, what truly energizes me every day, are the many other things Marion does to impact lives and the things that define us as a caring and compassionate community, invested in people's well-being. We take great pride in the high-quality services we provide. Marion residents are served by more than 220 dedicated women and men, including city staff and city council members. They're active supporters of all that is good in Marion. They're visible and engaged in issues that move our city forward. They look for ways to make Marion a leader among Iowa cities. I'm so proud to call them my colleagues. Through their efforts, Marion is for the 17th consecutive year ranked in the top tier of safest cities in Iowa. Through their hard work, Marion again appears in the top 10% on Wallet Hub's list of America's best small cities. Because of them, Marion has a strong AA1 bond rating. Out of more than 900 cities and towns in Iowa, only three have a higher bond rating than Marion, with 6 other cities sharing our rating. That's an endorsement of our strong fiscal standing and something to celebrate, and I think it deserves applause. Thank you. It is not uncommon for residents of any city to have a perception that city officials and staff are not sufficiently accessible. We've worked hard to remove any reason for such a perception in Marion. Our council members are visible in the community, meeting with residents and directing them to the proper city departments and resources to address their issues. In 2017, council members continued holding office hours on Saturdays in the library lobby to meet residents where they are, provide information, and hear ideas and concerns. Accompanied by staff members, we also held special work sessions in each of the 4 wards. In addition to this, on a monthly basis, we have coffee with the mayor at Hy-Vee and lunch with the mayor at Marion High School to engage different age groups and hear their thoughts about their city. Through these efforts, combined with quarterly newsletters mailed to each home, social media, email, and our city website, residents have multiple opportunities to stay informed and connected with their city council and staff on any topic of interest or concern. Now, as traffic volumes grow in the city, we're taking action to improve safety of school children. We've commissioned recently a traffic study for the very busy intersection at 29th Avenue and Indian Creek Road, and hope to soon have recommendations for improving the safety of pedestrians at that intersection. And in partnership with the Marion School District, we adopted a Safe Routes to Schools plan last year. The comprehensive plan guides investment in proper design, engineering, streetscape, and education to ensure a safe environment for children walking to school. I'm hopeful our council and staff will not delay in beginning to implement this plan. Marion's journey toward designation as a Blue Zone certified community, the 12th in the nation, yielded positive results, but we're not stopping there. We're transitioning to our own well-being initiative called Be Well Marion in order to continue supporting wellness through a focus on active living, active transportation, community interaction, and biophilic design that encourages interaction with nature. We'll continue successful Blue Zones initiatives such as sunrise yoga, healthy cooking classes, community gardens, and walking groups. And we're improving on our services for seniors. 2 years ago, I began meeting with a group of seniors to explore what our city can do to address the needs of older residents. Today, the Seniors Connections Group has become a proactive committee of residents, city staff, and professionals in the aging services field who are focused on making our seniors feel cared for and have ample opportunities for engagement, socialization, and lifelong learning. The group has made great progress in marketing the large array of activities and programs already in existence in a manner that makes it more easily accessible and identifiable. And today I'm pleased to announce that through collaboration between the city, the Heritage Agency, and our Seniors Connections partners, Marion will soon offer congregate senior dining opportunities 4 days each week. Older adults living independently will now have regular access to nutritious meals and interaction with others. Meals will be at the library and Lau Park and will be combined with educational and recreational programming. There's also the potential for combining meals for seniors with meals for children during the summer months to provide an intergenerational experience. That's really cool. And we're taking the additional step of looking at transportation options to make the programs accessible to more people. And we're helping to reduce food insecurity in our city. In addition to the work of faith-based organizations, our Uptown Garden Project provided fresh vegetables to people who needed food assistance last summer, and a mobile food bank visits several locations in Marion each month, including the Marion Library. The library site alone provides nutritious food, including frozen meat and fresh vegetables, to around 50 families each month. Affordable housing is a key factor in the livability of our community, and Marion contributes annually to the Linn County Housing Trust Fund, which assists people with low to moderate incomes in finding good options to live and thrive here. And we're considering our own similar grant program. And I'm happy to report that this year, Marion placed second on Wallet Hub's livability rankings for lowest housing costs among 1,200 U.S. cities with populations of 25,000 to 100,000. And if you're not familiar with the role our library plays in the community, you might be amazed at the extent of services and programs provided there that make a huge impact on quality of life. With an average of 875 visitors per day, it's the 7th busiest library in the state of Iowa. This place is buzzing with activity and all types of opportunities that enhance the lives of people of all ages and needs. Last year, library computers were used to access the internet 30,790 times. And this spring, the library launched a mobile hotspot program that allows users to connect to the internet wherever they go. One young woman recently told library staff that the hotspot she checked out helped her complete her homework online for the first time ever. This is so awesome because students shouldn't have to go to restaurants and public places in search of Wi-Fi to do their homework. After she went to bed, her parents used the internet connection to search for jobs in the metro area. From book delivery services for homebound individuals and senior facilities, to classes on a variety of subjects, from story times for youth and the Grow on the Go program that takes story times into local daycares and preschools, to educational programs and social activities focused on teens and seniors, the Marion Library is an active, vibrant community center. We have so much more to do, but we're making a real difference in everyday quality of life enjoyed by residents, and it is making a difference. Marion residents feel good about their city and want to participate in shaping its future. More and more, people are coming forward and asking, how can I be involved? Hundreds of people are serving on city boards and commissions, community boards, and committees for community events. From the Arts Council volunteers who logged more than 1,000 hours last year, to the high school students who take one day each May to spruce up their city's core, Marion residents are giving their time and talents to make a difference and impact quality of life in their city. The Imagine Next community visioning process is another example. For the past several months, people from across the community participated in brainstorming sessions and submitted ideas to better the community. More than 3,000 ideas were submitted. A committee of 23 volunteers has been selected for the difficult task of narrowing the list. Good luck. This process has generated a lot of excitement and revealed just how energized Marion residents are about the progress of their town. The results of our citizen survey conducted last year tell a powerful story of just how Marion residents view their city. Marion exceeded the national and peer city benchmarks in almost all categories. 93% rated the city as either an excellent or good place to live. 90% rated Marion as either an excellent or good place to raise children. 92% said they would recommend living in Marion to someone who asks. And 91% said they plan to remain in Marion for the next 5 years. That's very telling. Friends, I hope you are as encouraged and as I am about the state of our city, and as enthusiastic as I am about its future. Of course, we have much more work to do, but we also have much to celebrate. And I will renew my call from years past to continue working together for the greater good of this community and region. We're all on the same team here, and the only way to move forward is together. And I will leave you with this thought and a challenge. When we wake up each morning, each of us has a choice to make, including myself. We have the choice to see only what is going wrong, or we can choose to also see what is going well. We have the choice to sit on the sidelines or jump in, make a positive impact, and help build the community we desire. It's our choice. Each of us has the power and the choice to be a positive influence and a force for good in our community. Please choose to be a positive force for good in your community. If you're thinking about getting more involved, there's no better time than the present. On your tables are cards, these cards, that you can use to let us know how you would like to make a difference in your community. Please take the time to complete them and leave them at the table. We'll get you plugged in. So thank you for spending time with us today. Keep reaching higher. God bless. Thank you.